Welcome back to Baseline Fresh. In this episode, I have a Subaru SUV disaster detail. We've got pocket sand, we've got tons of items and even a shoe left behind, and just in general, dirty food, leather, nasty seats, you name it, it's in this SUV. So please remember to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any great videos like this. And without any further wait, let's jump right in. Here we have our before video clips. As you can see, every part of this car has been thoroughly used. I'm sure they went camping or went out to a day at the beach or something like that, because there's tons of sand and dirt on all of these carpets and rubber mats. Even in the trunk, there's quite a bit of debris, so we'll be going in there and getting rid of all that with a quick vacuum and a brush down, and then we'll follow through with a full steam and a wipe down. This dashboard center console, you can see there's adhesive stuck to the center, and there's also lots of spilled food, so we'll be sure to get rid of that as well. To start off with, I'm pulling out all of the removable mats. There's a set of rubber ones as well as carpeted mats on all four corners, so I just get that out of there. Any large debris that I can quickly brush off at this stage really does help. I have to balance getting really good footage with working quickly when I'm on site at a mobile detail like this, so I know it would be incredibly satisfying to suck up all of this large debris, but I just have to go after it with my brush, get rid of it quickly, and get on with the job. So once you've gotten through the mats, I start here with the trunk, just giving it a quick brush with a hand brush and getting out any large debris. As you can see, there's sand and lots of stuff matted into the back carpet, and as always, just like other automobile creators, Subaru seems to have cheapened out on their trunk carpet and given a little bit more attention to the inside carpet, which is decent to mid-grade. I was actually surprised at how easy some of this stuff was being vacuumed out. It's a pleasant surprise, but it's not the best carpet that I've worked on. Vacuuming the driver's side here, you can see tons of large debris starting off. Right from the beginning, I have to check my vacuum just in case anything gets caught. There was lots of large things, trash and other debris. Using my trusty medium bristle white brush, I go in around all the trouble spots and give it a proper deep clean. As you can see, there's tons of buildup along the edges and in these hard to reach corners around where the carpeted mat wasn't able to cover, so I go in, pay extra attention to those edges. Because the center of the carpet is usually the cleanest, it just takes a quick vacuum swipe. So I've started to work in a certain pattern around the car just to make electrical cord management and hose management easier on me. We finished up vacuuming the driver's side, and now we move on to this rear driver's side. Under here there's lots of spilled food, tons of debris on these leather seats, so I make sure to give it a thorough vacuum. I'm finding a lot of little items. I'm sure that this family has been really busy. It seems like they've lost toys and wrappers, and especially I found a shoe and some game pieces from the little plastic fishing game, and stuff just kept getting pulled out from under these seats. It was super surprising to see all of this stuff out here. And just a note, I only found one side of those shoes. It's a total mystery where the other side ended up. It wasn't in the SUV. I actually found a nice plastic bag here. I'm putting some of their personal items inside, and then the rest of the garbage and trash I'm just tossing. Using the GoPro head mount, it really does show a lot of the fast movements and awkward angles that I have to work at. I apologize if my footage and camera angles aren't the best. I've been working on getting a tripod set up and moving more smoothly, so it'll look a lot better in the future. Moving on now, we make it to the passenger side footwell. Here there's a ton of debris and matted dirt in this carpeted mat. I decided to do a quick vacuum and brush down before I even pulled the mat off and worked underneath, just to give me a little extra working time, and then I can focus on a deeper clean once it's out of the car. Peeking underneath the seat, you can see tons of mess, forgotten wrappers and pieces of garbage. It was super satisfying getting under there with my long Stanley shop vac attachment. Having a flexible rubber end really lets me get into all the corners and the hard to reach places, and it really looks good afterwards. After giving these carpets a much deserved thorough clean, you can see I move into between the seat and the center console. There was tons of stuff tracked down here, a lot more garbage, and it looked like someone had even eaten some grapes and left. If you enjoy the soundtrack being played in my videos, be sure to check out Crash Coral on SoundCloud. He makes all of my music and soundtracks. Remember to watch until the end of the video to see the stunning difference. If you like my content, be sure to find me on Instagram and Reddit. I post video clips and advice, and I always connect with my community members and my fans. Now that the floors are done, I can move on to these leather seats. Lots of crumbs and sand left in all of these creases, so I have to bring out my color-coded toothbrush to work on all of these edges and get deep in there. Remember to use your fingers to hold open these creases, and then get in there with a soft toothbrush or some sort of detailing brush. Thankfully, the leather in this Subaru wasn't totally horrible. There weren't really any stains, it was just physical debris. A quick wipe after, and it looked great. Stick around until the end and you'll see the great difference. Somehow, pushed underneath all of these belt buckle placements, there were whole fries and other pieces of food. Seems like some kid was trying to hide something for later. Once I'm finished with my interior vacuum, here we have a quick after video clip showing the difference. It already looks great, but now we have to add the finishing touches to the seats and then get on with our steaming of the dashboard, doors, and all hard surfaces. Once again, I have to comment on how well this carpet really held up. When I felt it and first started working on it, I thought it was cheaper to mid-grade carpet. It was really easy to clean in the end, and it acted as a better quality carpet. Here's another clip from my Instagram video reels. Be sure to check me out on Instagram. You can book appointments, see my previous work, and also leave comments. Here's another perfect example of how I have to balance working efficiently at my job, posting on social media, collecting video for all my different outlets, and still get it done and looking great. It's always super satisfying steaming down a steering wheel and some of the more high-touch areas. I could literally see the grime coming off as a brown liquid and wiping it right up with my soft microfiber. After I finished, it looked brand new, and that Subaru logo really did start to shine again. Always be careful when using steam on important components like this. Around the headlight stock and the windshield wiper stock, it's really easy for your steam to burn through the white paint that shows you all the little symbols. So don't hold your steamer on one spot for too long. Use your microfiber and your steamer in a quick combination. Moving on to our center console here. As you can see, I'm giving a good thorough blast to all these plastic pieces along the shifter and especially inside those nasty cup holders. Using the steamer filled with ONR and water, it's a great combination that cuts through most of the grime really easily. Here we have a clip of me trying to get rid of some adhesive that was up on this dashboard upper area. It seems like they probably had a phone mount or maybe a GPS up there, and it left behind some sort of glue or residue. Thanks to my steamer, it was incredibly easy with just a little bit of heat and a little bit of elbow grease going in with the rougher, more tight-knit side of my microfiber. I just had to keep blasting it, warm up that area, and work away, basically digging off that adhesive from the plastic. Once you're finished, you can flip to a clean side or bring out a totally different microfiber and wipe up whatever's left. If you don't have a steamer on hand, you can always use a tiny bit of iso alcohol and a Q-tip to wipe it on the adhesive and then go in once again with a microfiber. Moving on to these doors, it was a really big difference here. It was super fun blasting out all of the sand and the muck from the corners and the pockets of these doors. Using ONR in my steamer, it cleans and it also adds just a tiny bit of protection, and it brings back that deep, rich darkness in the plastics and the rubbers. As we move on to these leather seats, I still had a little bit left in my steamer, so I opted to quickly give them a blast and then go in with a clean microfiber. These seats really cleaned up well, and the black leather came back to their full richness. In this case, the owner didn't want me to do a full leather conditioning, so this was just a quick wipe down, getting rid of the large debris and any, surface stains that might have been on there. Always remember to do your seat belts as well. It's a high traffic area, and you never know what you might find around the buckle area where people's hands are always dirty. If you like what you see, please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and share it with other people that you might think love satisfying videos like this. You might notice I'm working incredibly quick and moving from area to area. In this case, I had to make sure I had enough footage because my GoPro battery was quickly running out, so I was jumping around from each area, but then after the camera was off, I went back for a second round around the entire car, going around, making sure I didn't miss anything. Once we're finally finished with this interior vacuum and steam, we can see the crazy difference. Unfortunately, the sun had gone down by the time I was finished packing away most of my stuff and doing the final touches, so we have a after video where I had to use my flashlight to get some of these clips. You can definitely tell the difference, but I also added at the end here some of those after clips that we saw directly after I vacuumed it, but didn't get to fully wipe down the interior. Even with this darker footage and using a flashlight, you can obviously see there is a great difference, and it cleaned up really well. Subaru knows how to make great interiors. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Baseline Fresh. Please remember, leave a like and subscribe. I'm AJ. Thanks for joining me.